My mind and my heart belong to the adventure segment, but my soul belongs to the cafe racers of the world. Adventure motorcycling, the kind designed to send you to the ends of the earth, even when they're only riding to Malibu, has for the last several years been the fastest growing niche in a stale motorcycle sales market. Well, anything could be an adventure, right? But I think what we define adventure motorcycle riding these days, I think we've come to agree, is anything that is 800 cc's or above, is dual sport, meaning it can go on-road or off-road, and you typically do both, not everybody, and can carry panniers or some kind of luggage so that you can have multi-day adventures, sometimes years. Some people do this stuff for years. Simon and Lisa, 13 years, 14 years, they've been on the road, literally. How was it that in 1952 Ernesto on a beat-up Norton went for 9 months on all these incredible adventures and was able to do it? Wasn't without its problems, as you can see in the movie The Motorcycle Diaries, if you ever want to see that. So I think we've come to accept that these days an adventure bike is a larger displacement bike that you leave from your garage, not from the back of a pickup truck, but from your garage, and that's when the adventure began. I have a BMW GS 1200. It is the evolutionary derivative of the original 1980 quote-unquote first purpose-bred adventure bike, which was the BMW R80 GS. And as ugly as it was, people try to make their bikes look like that nowadays. And maybe it wasn't ugly. Maybe when something is so purpose-built, there's a beauty to it. There is a beauty to that function. We've seen that with sneakers. People used to be like, sneakers are ugly. I only wear them when I'm playing tennis or when I'm running. And now here it is, 2019, and it is fashion. I mean, and they cost more than shoes most of the time these days. You know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. It's a joke that goes with that. I'm not going to say it. You've seen me talk a lot about road motorcycles. You've seen me talk about my Indian Scout Bobber. You've seen me ride and purchase my Indian Roadmaster, if you follow my vlogs, that is.
Everyone at Indian Motorcycle Sturgis, stop what you're doing and help us congratulate Rikki Rockett on his new Roadmaster!
The thing that always stands out is that, you know, there are so many times that when I'm on those bikes that I'm loving what I'm doing, the way I'm doing it. And then there's other times where I'll see a road and I'll go, I wonder where that goes. Man, I wish I was on my Ducati. I wish I was on my GS. I wish I could go take a ride over there right now. Anyway, and then sometimes maybe it keeps me out of trouble. I don't know. At the end of the day, if you can only have one motorcycle, what would it be? If all you do is ride on the street, you have no... Hello? Brian Ryder. Hi, Brian. See, when I don't have my glasses on, it's like I'm trying to like burn my phone up with laser beam vision. So I have reached a place where it's like, wow, I have a BMW GS. I almost always buy things like in cash, right? Like I make my money in chunks, so I don't finance many things. I usually just buy it in cash or I don't buy it. But I did do that with the GS, and now I have a balloon payment coming up at the end, and I'm trying to decide, do I want to switch to something else? Enter the Honda Africa Twin. It's been reintroduced, I think, in 2016 or 17. It has done really, really well. It is more affordable than the GS. It's a little less power. It has the DCT transmission in some of them, which is a automatic transmission. That is a subject of a lot of controversy, but from what I understand, once people get used to it, they absolutely love it. I don't know if I'd go with that or not sure. I'm a little old school, but I'm open to things too. So the fact of the matter is, do I go and jump into a different motorcycle or just ride out the BMW GS, which is arguably the battleship tested motorcycle around the world? It's a fantastic bike. It's great on-road. It can be amazing off-road. When people try to ride that bike off-road like it's a regular small dirt bike, they just get frustrated. I've been lucky enough to ride with a lot of the coaches at Rawhide Adventures. Rawhide Adventures basically teaches people how to ride large displacement motorcycles and how to survive off of them, manipulate them and work on them and, you know, go do an adventure for multiple days or weeks or months, whatever you're into. And I've been fortunate enough to ride with some of these guys, and they said, look, dude, you've ridden with us. You've been up here a million times. You've eaten at the same table with all of us up here. Why don't you coach? But you got to take the course. I've never taken the course, so maybe I'll just take the course and I'll get certified eventually, and maybe I can help coach some people, maybe bring some special groups up and work like that just because I want to. I think it would be freaking cool. That brings up the next thing. What bike do I do that with? I can rent one of their bikes, I can use my bike, or I can just like go, hey, let's start over. Let's get the Honda Africa Twin. Larger front wheel, a little bit lighter, not quite as much horsepower, but more able to maneuver it. Downsides are less horsepower. The tires are tube tires. It's not tubeless, so you have a flat off-road, it's a pain in the ass. Doesn't have cruise control. I already have my bags. I already have a bunch of stuff for my GS. It's farkled out. It still leaves, would I want a brand new bike just to start fresh and go into this next thing? I think this is going to be a laser beams. It's my sister yelling at me because I haven't called her. You know why? Because I'm making a vlog. But the thing is, even if I go and do the course and I don't teach anybody anything and I don't become an instructor and I don't do multiple day rides, even just a day ride, yeah, I can do it on my scrambler, but maybe even an overnighter. I've done overnighters. I haven't done a lot of multi-days, but I've done a few, but I haven't done like week-long stuff on the bike. This is something I definitely want to get into. I can ride these bikes. I'm decent. I can get better, and I need to get better. And I can benefit from instruction for sure. Like I said, I think this is going to be not just one vlog, but a couple of vlogs, because I'm kind of asking the question, what do you guys think? I've got my triple black GS, which runs great, no problems. I'm looking at that payment coming up. Africa Twin, fresh start, new bike, lighter. A lot of people love it. I could get excited by it. You know, it's a tough one. I think I'm going to go to the dealership. I can't today. It's a Monday. It's raining. Motorcycle dealerships typically aren't open on Mondays. There's a few, but none that I know of around here. So I think it's one of those things where I have to try to figure out what makes sense for me. There's a lot I like about European bikes that I don't like about Japanese bikes, but there's that Honda reliability, and I think that could play a role as well. Most of the guys I ride with are BMW guys, so we always rely on each other. It's not a thing, really. Until I figure this out, I want to investigate this even further. This is going to be one of those things that I hope that I learn from, and that we learn together. For now, take care of each other, and keep rock alive.